All right, let's talk about something that I know is a huge challenge for so many English learners. It's that moment, right? You leave the classroom, you feel pretty good, and then you hear real everyday English, and it just sounds so fast. Well, today, we're going to break down exactly why that happens, and more importantly, I'm going to give you the tools to not just keep up, but to start speaking more fluently yourself.
I mean, you know that feeling, don't you? You're in a conversation and you're trying so hard to follow along. You technically understand the words, but it feels like you're always just one step behind. By the time your brain has processed one sentence, the other person is already 2 sentences ahead. It is so frustrating, right? It can really make you feel like you're failing, but I promise you, this is such a common hurdle. You are definitely not alone in this.
So, let's just give this thing a name. Let's call it the English speed barrier. And the very first thing I want you to get in your head is this. It's not your fault. Seriously, the problem isn't you, it's the huge, massive gap between the slow, careful English you learn from a textbook and the fast, messy, connected way people actually talk in the real world.
And look, this chart really shows you what's going on. Over here, you've got classroom English. It's slow, it's careful, every single word is pronounced perfectly. But then way over here is real-world English, and man, it's just so much faster. Now here's the good news. Your goal isn't to immediately jump to that top speed. No way. It's to find that sweet spot right in the middle. That's your goal. A pace where you can both understand and speak with a whole lot more confidence.
So what's the secret? Why do native speakers sound like they're talking a mile a minute? Well, it's not magic, I promise. It's actually a set of patterns. Patterns that are totally predictable. And once you learned how to spot them, that big, scary wall of sound starts to break down into pieces you can actually understand. So let's do that. Let's deconstruct it right now.
Okay, here's the number one reason, the biggest piece of the puzzle. It's a concept called connected speech. Put simply, native speakers just don't say word, then pause, word, then pause, word. No, they blend everything together. The end of one word just melts right into the start of the next one. It's what creates that smooth, continuous flow of sound. Honestly, this is the secret sauce to sounding fluent.
Just look at this example. It's perfect. In your textbook, you probably learned to say, "What are you going to do?" Right? But how do people actually say it? They say, "What you're gonna do." See how that just squishes together? Now, this isn't lazy, it's just efficient. And once you train your brain to listen for what you're gonna do instead of those 5 separate words, oh man, understanding gets so much easier. It's a total game changer.
And it's not just those big reductions like gonna or wanna. There are a few other tricks going on. There's linking, which is when words stick together. Think about an apple. We don't say an apple, we say an apple, linking that N sound. And then you have dropped sounds, where sounds just poof, they disappear. Like in I don't know, that T in don't is often totally silent in casual conversation. It's all these little details that come together to create that natural, native rhythm.
Okay, so now we know why English sounds so fast. The big question is, what do we do about it? How do you actually get your brain to hear and understand these patterns? Well, you can't just know about them in theory, you have to actively train your ears. So let's dive into some really practical listening strategies you can start using, like today.
Now, the absolute keys to making this work is to make it fun. Seriously, if you're not interested, you're not going to stick with it. So please, don't force yourself to listen to dry, boring news reports if what you really love is comedy or cooking or video games. Find podcasts, TV shows, YouTube channels, whatever, that are about topics you're already passionate about. Because when you're actually interested in what you're hearing, the learning part almost happens by itself. It feels way less like work.
Okay, here's a super powerful step-by-step method you can use. I call it focused listening. Step 1, just listen. Don't use any subtitles, just try to catch the main idea, the general vibe. Step 2, listen again, but this time turn on the English subtitles. This is the magic step. This is where you connect those fast sounds you heard with the actual words on the screen. Don't be afraid to pause, write things down, and look stuff up. And finally, step 4, listen one last time, with the subtitles off again. I'm telling you, you are going to be shocked at how much more you understand that third time around. All right, so we've spent a lot of time on input, training your ears to understand, but that's only half the battle, isn't it? Now we need to flip the coin and talk about output, how you can unlock your own speed and start speaking more naturally. Because to be truly fluent, you've got to practice making these sounds yourself. This next technique is one of my absolute favorites. It's called shadowing, and it is incredibly effective. Here's how it works. You find a really short audio clip, We're talking 15, maybe 30 seconds max. Listen to it once just to get a feel for it. Then play it again, but this time you try to speak at the exact same time as the speaker. You're trying to be their shadow, their echo. The goal isn't just to say the words, but to match their speed, their rhythm, even the rise and fall of their voice. You are literally training the muscles in your mouth to make new, more natural sounds.
And that leads to this really, really important point. Fluency isn't just about how fast you can talk. It's about the music of the language. Think about it that way. English has a certain rhythm, right? A kind of melody, an up and down flow. When you start to focus on copying that music, the intonation and the stress, your speech will sound so much more natural, almost instantly. And the best part? It'll sound better even if every single one of your vowel sounds isn't totally perfect.
Okay, let's bring this all home. Your path to fluency. It's not about trying to crack some impossible secret code. It's really just about understanding the system. And now you know the key parts of that system: connected speech, reductions, and that all-important rhythm. And even better, you now have two amazing strategies, focused listening and shadowing, to help you master it.
And if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. Fluency is not some finish line you cross, some destination you finally arrive at. It just doesn't work that way. Instead, think of it as a path you're building, one little piece at a time, through consistent daily practice. Every single podcast you listen to, every little bit of shadowing you do, that's another stone laid on your path. So please, celebrate your progress, not perfection. So, as we wrap things up here, I've got a question for you. What's one new thing you're going to try today? Just one. Are you going to try the focused listening method with your favorite TV show tonight? Or maybe just find a quick 30-second clip to shadow. The best way to get started is to just pick one thing and do it. Right now. You've got this.